Hello students, welcome again to this second video lecture series, and in this lecture we are going to study another virtue or another quality of the basic human rights or basic concepts that we are going to study right now, that is equality. So what is equality? We always say that we are equal in rank, equal in status, we feel equal to other people as compared to other people. But what is the meaning of that equality? So in this video lecture we are going to study or to understand meaning and definition. Again we are going to understand nature of equality. Again we are going to know the types of equality, and we are going to elaborate the concept of equality with the reference of this current video lecture. So as I said before, we have some questions or we have some attitudes or we have some opinions regarding equality. But what does actually the equality means? So here we have the meaning or detailed information about the equality. So let us go there. Equality, like liberty, is one of the fundamental pillars of democracy. What is said here? See, equality like liberty is one of the fundamental pillars of democracy. Again it is said that equality and liberty are the two sides of same coin. So we cannot differentiate or differ these two entities or two concepts. Again, what according to the American Declaration says here, the American Declaration of Independence in 1776 proclaims that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. According to this declaration, what is proclaimed here? We all men are created equal on this earth. So another perspective from the French Declaration of Rights of Man in 1789 emphasizes that men are born and always continue free and equal in respect of their rights. Again, another definition is given here or information is given here. According to the Charter of United Nations, also recognizes equality in international sphere when it says the organization is based on the principles of sovereign equality of all its members. So this is the introductory part regarding the equality. So I hope that you might have understood some or little information about what is equality. I want to repeat here that equality means all men are equal, we are born equal, we are born free, and we will remain free and equal in respect of our rights on this earth. So detailed meaning is given here, detailed information is added here in this slide. So let us see what is the meaning of equality. So equality means that all men are equal and should be entitled equal opportunity and treatment. Again, equality means all things that are equal when measured by society's standards. There are some standards available in the society, and according to the standards we have right, or every people in the society is considered to be an equal person. Again, everyone are entitled, everyone or everything is on the same level in ability, rank, quality, quantity, or social standing. They are considered as an equal. Then fairness is an essential feature of equality. Fairness means we should give equal status, we should treat every person who is available in front of us or present in front of us, we should treat him as an equal person. We cannot differentiate that this is girl or this is boy, this is man or this is women, this is male or female. Means we cannot differentiate, or we should not discriminate to such peoples on the basis of their height, color, etc. The objective is for all people to receive fair treatment regardless of their background or social status. Right now in our society we should think that we should not discriminate people on regardless of their background. Means these people belong to the rich category, or these people is belong to the poor category, or their living standard. Then government services are one measure of how equality works in everyday life. For example, example is given here. When applying for a driver's license, everyone is given the same written and vehicle operation test. It is not mentioned there you are belong to the rich people, so we have you have to pay more fees, and you are belong to the BPL or poor family, you should pay, or you may pay less amount of rupees as a fee. So we should not discriminate on the basis of these things. So equality plays a role in both the public and private sectors on issues of employment. Workplaces commonly have non-discrimination policies based on the principle of equality. Ideally, employees are treated equally while on the job. And here example you may, or there are fine examples you may get. For example, your elder brother or elder sister or some of people in your family might be working in government sectors, okay, and in that government sectors or department, if there is a male or female having the same rank, then they get same package of salary. They are not discriminated as this is a male and this is a female and we should give less or more salary to these two different types of categories. Again, equality can also be applied to anything that is uniform in nature. So see here, there are kinds of there are types of equality or kinds of equality. For example, legal equality, social equality, civil equality, political equality, these things, or economic equality, these things we are going to study in proceeding slides. So first of all, let us see what is legal equality. So legal equality or equality before law is fundamental to legal justice. Legal equality means all are equal before law, and it is fundamental to legal justice. Means you are not denied as you are poor or rich. On the basis of this category, you are not denied to get the justice or legal justice. Then legal equality implies that all are alike in the eyes of law and that are entitled to its equal protection. The rich and poor, the high and low should all be treated alike, same. Okay, so no distinction should be made between man and man on the ground of social status, religious faith, or political opinion. In short, legal equality or equality before law implies absence of discrimination. Absence of discrimination means we must not discriminate any people in front of law. Okay, the rule of law is practiced in the Great Britain and many other countries of the world. So let us see here natural equality. Just we studied legal equality, then see here natural equality. What is natural equality? Natural equality rests on the principle that nature has created everyone as equals. On the contrary, in reality, we can seldom find such equality, as the world is prone with more inequalities than equality. Means we have been experiencing, or we might be watching in movies or movies based on facts, where we observe some inequalities. Okay, so people differ greatly in their intelligence, height, color, physical strength, and mental makeup. Natural equality is meant as the provision of equal treatment and equal opportunities to all human beings, irrespective of natural differences. It implies that all men are born free and equal and are endowed, means given, with equal gifts and talents. It also means that the state should try to reduce inequality rather than increase it. Okay, the state should provide those social and economical opportunities that offer equal chances, and natural equality is rather an ideal and not an immediate reality. This ideal should be attained in a society as far as possible. So social equality, what does it mean? It means that all citizens are entitled to enjoy equal status in society and no one is entitled to special privileges. Even you may observe, although it is social equality is available in society, some people deliberately discriminate some category of people. Means he belong to that category, he belong to that caste, and we should treat like that way to those people. So it should not be there. Otherwise, you will be punished from the perspective of law. So there may be rational distinction in the society with regard to occupation and professions, but the feeling of inferiority and superiority should not be attached to these. Again, it stands for all should be treated equally in the eyes of law, no discrimination on grounds of color, caste, creed, sex, religion, etc., and removal of social stigmas like untouchability. Again, if you follow the untouchability, it is the greatest offense according to the Indian Penal Code. So keep in mind. Again, on the 10th December 1948, you know, United Nations of Organizations declared the Charter of Human Rights, which laid stress on social equality. Okay, so this is the core of this basic human rights. You may treat everyone as an equal person. The student, the friend who sit beside you, behind you, in front of you, is equal like you. Again, economic equality. Economic equality involves a certain level of income and removal of gross inequalities of wealth. Economic equality is the prerequisite for the existence and enjoyment of political, social, and legal equality. It means if you are getting the salary payment on time, you got or you get that ability to purchase the thing. That is called here economic equality. Whether you belong to different structures in the society, there are social structures we may discuss afterwards. Okay, so it doesn't mean equal distribution of wealth, which is not practical, but prevent the concentration of wealth in a few hands. For example, uh, according to this economic equality, if you are doing your job well, in that proportion you will get the salary. If you are class 1 officer, you will get the pay package of class 1 officer, and if you are class 4 officer or class 3 officer or peon or clerk, then you may not get the salary package of class 1 officer. So this is the bifurcation there, or distribution is there. But you as a class 3 officer or class 4, you cannot claim the pay package of class 1 officer. So this is called unequal distribution of wealth. Again, you suppose you are supposed to be a poor person, or you belong to BPL category, you cannot demand the wealth of rich people, or you may not think that it is your right. Okay, so this is called here economic equality, or the statements say the same thing. That is, it doesn't mean equal distribution of wealth, which is not practical, but prevent the concentration of wealth in a few hands. Means you cannot gain, you cannot confiscate the money from other people. You cannot attach money of his right. You cannot get back, you cannot get his money in your pocket. And regarding this, some malpractice are happening in the society, and it is very harmful to the healthy society. So economic condition of an individual essentially influences his political condition. It means that there should be equal opportunity to all citizens in matters of availability of consumer goods, wealth, and property. So government takes care to maintain economic equality. Similarly, everyone should have the same facility for jobs, work, and in industry. There should be equal wages for equal work, and it is available in your society, in institutions, in organizations, in private sectors, in government sectors. Okay, where we observe economic equality. Then what is international equality? Let us see here. This is also wide term. It means the principle of equality shall be extended to all people in all the countries. The same is true of nations and states. There cannot be different treatment between states and between people. Okay, for example, if you are Indian, you are belong to Indian origin and you got the job of a classroom officer in America or other countries, then you have right to get that pay package as per the rule of that government. You are not discriminated, or you may not be paid less amount of money as you belong to the other countries or India or other some countries. Okay, it is called here international equality. So see here students, next slide, equality of opportunity. So equality of opportunity means संधीमधील समानता किंवा संधीची समानता, समान संधी. Okay, so equality of opportunity is a political idea that is opposed to caste hierarchy but not to hierarchy per se. The assumption is that a society contains a hierarchy of more and less desirable, superior and inferior positions. Let me repeat here, equality of opportunity is a political idea that is opposed to caste hierarchy, okay, but not to hierarchy per se. The assumption is that a society contains a hierarchy of more and less desirable, superior and inferior positions. In our society, we feel that that person is superior and that person is inferior. We feel it, but according to the law, there is no one superior or inferior. All are equal, and every person has a right to get a job. That is called here equality of opportunity. But in a caste society, the assignment of individuals to places in the social hierarchy is fixed by birth. For example, in several states, the human savage is carried by those category of people only. Why it is not carried by rich people or upper caste people? So this is the such kind of malpractices are happening in the society, and once Amir Khan raised voice against such kind of malpractices happening in the society. So social mobility may be possible in a caste society, but the process whereby one is admitted to a different level of hierarchy is open only to some individuals depending on their initial inscriptive social status. In contrast, when equality of opportunity prevails, the assignment of individuals to places in the social hierarchy is determined by some form of competitive process or merit, and all members of society are eligible to compete on equal terms. Different conceptions of equality of opportunity constitute this idea of competing on equal terms variously. For example, if you are poor, if you are belong to downtrodden family, if you are belong to slum area, but you have that qualification, and on the basis of that qualification you may grab the post of class 1 officer, class 2 officer or super class 1 officer. But one condition is that you should appear for that competitive exams, then only it is possible. And here this statement becomes feasible or adjustable, that is equality of opportunity. So substantial equality of opportunity, what does it mean? See here, the difficulty with formal equality of opportunity is that it is merely formal. Imagine a society ruled by a hereditary warrior class. Reformers bring about a change. From now on, membership in the warrior class will not be drawn exclusively from the wealthy stratum of the society. For example, if you are belong to upper class society, you are belong to warrior family, then as that hereditary is going on, you may be a warrior or you may be a officer. So reformers bring about a change in this status. From now on, membership in the warrior class will not be drawn exclusively from the wealthy stratum of the society. Warriors will instead be selected on the basis of a competitive examination. It is the same meaning here given. Means if you belong to warrior family and if you want to a classroom officer, it is applicable that you must appear for competitive exams. However, it turns out that only science of the wealthy stratum pass the exam and become warriors. In this setup, advocates for the non-wealthy strata of society might object that none but members of the traditional wealthy elite have a chance to satisfy the eligibility requirements for admission to the warrior class. And next is democratic equality of fair opportunity. There is democratic equality is available that gives fair opportunity. See here, equality of opportunity ideals apply to the process that selects political rulers and political decisions. Consider two conceptions of democratic equality. Formal democratic equality requires that all long-term residents of a political society be eligible to become citizens and that all citizens are eligible to vote and stand for office in free and fair elections that pick lawmakers for the society. And affirmative action, what does it mean here? The different types of conception of equality opportunity suggest the complexity of the task of assessing what are called affirmative action programs in societies that are marked by a history of caste hierarchy and systematic discrimination that excludes some groups in the population from any significant access to the fruits of social cooperation. For example, if is belong to untouchable, if you belong to downtrodden family, if someone is belong to poor category or slum areas, he has the same right to vote for election, to vote in election and to be elected as a member of parliament. So this is the process given in democracy, and this is called here equality. So I hope that you might have understood the meaning of equality, uh, types of equality, and a detailed meaning regarding equality, and I hope you will follow this virtue, this value in your day-to-day life. Thank you, students. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, you may contact me afterwards. Thanks again. Let us stop here.